Well, yes, this journey into the anti-computer, the anti-distro, has inevitably led me into the anti-desktop. My ThinkPad X270 is an almost 10-year-old machine with an i5 processor and 16 GB of RAM. I'll be making a series of videos where I'll share my experience through the use and customization of this machine, and I'd like to show you my desktop environment, mine in the strictest sense of the term, since I built it for my own use and consumption. I did it essentially satisfying my needs without the imposition of forced settings from anyone else, and I'm referring especially to GNOME, but above all without being bloated. Yes, because when you create a DE for the masses, you include standard things that not everyone necessarily needs. So we have graphical interfaces and systems that use a minimum of 2 GB of RAM, not to mention more. Before continuing, let's make an important premise for those approaching this world. A desktop environment like GNOME, KDE, or XFCE is a complete package that includes everything: the window manager, the panel, the menu, system applications, unified graphical settings. It's a turnkey solution, but precisely for this reason, it can be heavy and full of features that we might never use. A window manager, on the other hand, is only the component that manages the positioning and behavior of windows on the screen. It's the base piece, the essential. Everything else, bar, menu, notifications, wallpaper, you add yourself piece by piece, choosing exactly what you need. It's like the difference between buying a fully furnished house or building it yourself starting from the foundations. On the ThinkPad, I had to choose by necessity the anti-desktop, the essential desktop, tailor-made. And so I came across labwc. labwc is a minimalist window manager for Wayland that brings the OpenBox experience to this graphic server. And just as proudly stated on the project page, it fills a void. Because on Wayland we have beautiful and precious window managers, but calling them essential is a great compliment that not all of them deserve. So labwc is a window manager. And I'll make a premise. I try to explain essential things that for those in this universe are trivial, but I'd like to be understood by everyone. As I was saying, labwc is just one piece of the puzzle. It works, like Hyperland, in harmony with other modules. So we're talking about Rofi, which is a menu, and Waybar, which is a bar, an extremely customizable panel. But it also works excellently with XFCE panel, with very pleasant results. And for those who wouldn't want to delve into extreme customizations like mine, this would already be an excellent choice. It consumes very little in terms of resources. While you're listening to all this, I'm rendering the video, I have the browser open, the file manager, and I'm recording the screen. This on a 10-year-old machine, with a fluidity and speed that not only would a Windows computer with 64 GB of RAM never achieve, but I believe also some Linux distributions on more powerful machines. It's not just the desktop environment that creates this effect, but a whole series of optimizations I've made on this machine. But the desktop environment is one of the dominant parts. Another important premise: you won't find any files to download and no magic commands to copy and paste. I find that in this scenario, it's completely counterproductive to apply settings created by others, and I've experienced this frustration on my own skin trying to install various .dot files. It doesn't make sense. It makes sense to understand how it works, the basic concepts, get your hands dirty, build the skeleton of your own system, and then once you've gained the skills, be able to install .dot files and maybe modify them. I worked on labwc from within XFCE, trying to create a functional environment before entering it. I chose not to use XFCE panel but Waybar. So, in practice, the first base is to install labwc, Waybar and Rofi, which is the menu, and try to make these elements coexist. You start from the very base, an empty bar, a menu to launch applications, and a window manager. labwc works with configuration files and has a syntax similar to that of OpenBox. In fact, I think it's compatible with OpenBox. But since I've never used OpenBox, I could be wrong. In the .config/labwc folder, you need to have or create 3 files. The autostart file is a script that serves to start other modules at startup along with labwc. In my case, Waybar and SwayBG for the background. Without this, at the start of the labwc session, you won't find either the bar or the background. But if you want to add other components, they'll always go here. Then there's the rc.xml file. This is the heart of labwc. Here you can insert all the supported functions, and there are quite a few. In my case, and I'd like you to note the syntax, I've added 3 default desktops, the menu with the right mouse click, and a series of key bindings that I'll explain later. Do you want to add a keybind that allows you to reposition the window in the first quarter of the desktop? Just interpret this command. To find all the necessary information you need to read the documentation. Yes, it requires some time, but it makes you understand what you can do, all the potential, and what you can't do. And if you do the same thing for Waybar and Rofi, you'll have all the necessary baggage to understand that the combinations are almost infinite and that you can create and replicate countless scenarios. The menu.xml file contains the menu with the right mouse click. And here you can also get creative. The only limit is imagination. My configuration is still sparse. Not that I'd want to weigh it down more, but it's not complete. Besides these 3 components, you can create the themerk file, which means graphically customizing your environment. But for starters, this doesn't interest you. Customization is a later step. Focus only on what's necessary for now, leaving the superfluous for the future. For the panel 2, everything is in .config, and inside the Waybar folder, you'll find the config file. Here's the beating heart of Waybar. Here the syntax is similar to that of web pages. If you're familiar with CSS and HTML, you'll find yourself in a familiar environment. Waybar works with modules. Beyond the base settings, you can add and customize the modules you want most. As you can see from my configuration file and how it looks, I chose a traditional structure. Far left, the menu, then the taskbar with the list of all open windows, the clock and some system icons to manage audio, connection, power, and access. This is the archetype of the basic desktop. If you look closely, you'll see there are links to sh files. These are scripts. This serves to interconnect Waybar with other functions, and it's a more advanced thing. I actually, being a fetishist of essentiality and Spartan design, wanted audio and connections to be managed by terminal utilities. Very practical, fast, and efficient things. And so I created scripts that would call these utilities. But there are various and multiple solutions. Certainly, what I notice in online RICEs is that they replicate more or less all the same modules, actually only customizing the aesthetics. Here I think I've been more original, at least I believe so. Waybar is very simple to manage. Once you understand the syntax, you build it as you want, piece by piece. And the same goes for Rofi. It also has a configuration file. I, in this case, customized its structure more, but the principles are always the same. Read the documentation, go inside a dot file and understand how the function is written. Try to understand and apply to your own configurations. If you manage to understand these mechanisms, then you'll be able to replicate anything, and above all, install and modify any dot file to your liking. Let's get to my real project, my anti-desktop. And as I write, I'm laughing with satisfaction, because I've been recording for hours, using the browser and video editor, and this computer is literally lightning fast. I can't do without it anymore. Going back to the configuration of my anti-desktop, my initial idea was to replicate Serenity OS in its structure. So menu at the bottom left, simple panel and icons for the functions I use most. For the menu, which I still need to refine stylistically, I made a hack so that when I click on the Waybar menu icon, Rofi opens just like the classic menu. While if I launch the typical super space, as you can see, the menu is the standard Rofi one in the center. Next to the menu, I created another icon that opens Rofi, and in this I see all the windows open on the desktop. There's a problem I need to solve in this setting. If the number of windows increases, they arrange themselves infinitely in the bar, actually making all other elements disappear and shift. But I'm sure there's a way to prevent this behavior. I'll apply it in the future. I actually left the color of the windows on Waybar very dark, precisely so as not to make everything appear heavy. I really like this solution. I haven't touched the center yet. I was thinking of integrating a special calendar, clicking on the date, a calendar that allows me to synchronize and view events. Actually, I was thinking of simply seeing the events. But these are special hacks that require time and that I'll do in the future. That little dot is the menu I created for screen recording. And ladies and gentlemen of GNOME and KDE, this function always anyway never freezes. Simple. I click on it, record everything, or select the portion I want to record. There's no UI overlay. When I want to stop, I click again, and it tells me to stop the recording, which is automatically saved in the home folder. Simple and brilliant. The power of minimalism. Now let's move on to the system tray. For the network, I created a script that opens NMTUI from the terminal. I love NMTUI. It reminds me of times past, and I find it fantastic for managing connections. I believe you can also do it with other utilities to manage connections, those that create transparencies and stylish icons. But here we're in the anti-desktop in the traditional project. For audio, I did the same thing with ALSA Mixer, while for the battery I chose to use Rofi with a setting that gives me different brightness options. As you can see, I'm at 70% battery after 2 hours of use. I'm keeping the brightness at minimum. Here are the functions in action, very practical for my needs, because the defect of this ThinkPad is precisely the screen, which needs high brightness in many conditions. For the shutdown menu, same thing as before, with logout, suspend, power off, and reboot options. Nothing more. So as you notice, I don't have icons on the desktop. I'm still undecided about what to do. I know that labwc doesn't support desktop icons, but PCman FM can do it. I've seen videos online that use labwc with desktop icons, but for now I like this. I should set up that configuration and see if it's better, but that too in the future. Let's move on to the goodies of this window manager. Because even if it's not a tiling manager, there are shortcuts in every sense that can mimic this behavior. I, for example, created shortcuts that allow me to arrange windows in the horizontal half of the desktop, with Alt-1 in the left half, with Alt+2 in the right half, with Alt-3 in the upper half, with Alt-4 in the lower half. I find it very useful. But you can choose to play this game so that specific applications open in a specific position and in specific desktops. Advanced, but awesome. With Super +1, I continuously move across all desktops. With Super 2, I move the active window between desktops. That's it, nothing more. With these settings, at least from a practical point of view, I find this ThinkPad and the anti-desktop exceptional. And I promise you that when I finish everything, I'll publish detailed documentation, the process, the steps, piece by piece, so that you can replicate all this, but without a simple copy of the dot files. God, I could publish a short essay, the anti-desktop. This could be a great idea. It will take a few months, but I'll do it. My configuration is not yet completed. I want to fix the menu items. I'd like, at least from a stylistic point of view, to create a more complete control center. Oh yes, because I forgot. Through Rofi, I created a menu that launches as an application and that disguises a real control center, the archetype of the control center as I like it. The project is ambitious and will require a lot of time. There are many imperfections, like the audio icon, some small things that require refinement. I'd like to create or try to see if it's possible to make a theme selector and insert it in the control center. In short, recreate a real complete, minimal, and efficient desktop environment. Here it is. I've been using the ThinkPad for almost 4 hours and the battery still gives me 6 hours of autonomy. But when I start rendering, it will drop badly. And I haven't changed the exhausted batteries it has. I think with new batteries, the performance would be superior. But the thing that's shocking me most about this approach is, at least so far, the total absence of bugs, friction, malfunctions. I thought it would be a disaster. After all, they're modules, independent programs working together, labwc, Waybar, and Rofi, and they all work perfectly. I'm astonished. Astonished by desktop recording. WF Recorder is magnificent. It gives me the same experience I have with FFmpeg from the terminal to record the screen, except here there's a minimal UI, fundamentally only what's needed. But try explaining that to those who redesign the screen recording utility at every version, searching for a perfect wheel inside a circle. Pure madness. We don't need desktops that spit out windows and animations that freeze every second. We don't need computers bursting with RAM that will end up in landfills in 3 years when they tell you that you need something else. No. What you need is already there. It's out there, It's beautiful, it costs little, it's fast, efficient, powerful enough. Regarding user interfaces, I make an invitation to simplicity, a return to the right simplicity, rational, coherent, archaic. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. What we need are systems that satisfy our needs.